Hey everyone, Matt Peiken here. If you've made Wake Up part of your daily local news diet, I would love it if you took just a moment to give it 5 stars on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify and write a glowing sentence or two if you have it in you. It makes a real difference in picking up new listeners. Thanks so much for the boost. All right, on with the news. Wake up, Pittsburgh. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks so much for tuning into your local newscast for Thursday, March 19th. Mayor Corey O'Connor's administration is moving to close a $30 to $40 million budget gap as it prepares to ask City Council to reopen the budget and approve cuts. The mayor's team says falling revenue, the end of federal COVID aid, declining downtown property values, and police and paramedic overtime have strained city finances. Officials also accuse the prior Gainey administration of relying on trust funds to cover costs and leaving some programs underfunded, including the Oliver Bathhouse. The city plans hiring freezes and contract cancellations, though the bathhouse will remain open. Read more about this at KDKA. Opposition is continuing in Springdale over the borough's agreement with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. About 20 people protested outside the borough building this week, urging council to end an agreement allowing local police to assist federal immigration agents. The backlash follows the February 10th arrest of Randy Cordova Flores, who was stopped for a traffic violation and then transferred to ICE custody, where he remains. Some residents say the agreement was signed without public input and question its legality. Borough officials have largely declined to comment. You can read more about this at Public Source. Pittsburgh's 2 largest theater companies are merging in what they call the biggest shakeup on the local stage in decades. The boards of Pittsburgh Public Theater and Pittsburgh CLO have voted to form a new unified organization, citing financial pressures and shifting audiences since the pandemic. Both groups have reduced their seasons and budgets in recent years. The new company will debut in January with programming announced this fall and will include plays, musicals, and arts education. Mayor O'Connor calls it, quote, a bold step for downtown. Read more about this at WESA. A federal jury has convicted longtime Pittsburgh defense contractor Donald Smith of defrauding the Pentagon. Jurors found him guilty of 8 counts of wire fraud and 5 counts of willfully failing to file corporate tax returns. Prosecutors said Smith supplied non-conforming parts for military equipment, then billed the government as if they met standards, collecting more than $500,000 in fraudulent profits between 2019 and 2024. Testimony showed one faulty fan caught fire in a military plane and other parts caused mission delays. Smith's attorney argued contract disputes aren't crimes and has asked a judge to dismiss the case. You can read more about this in the Post-Gazette. And a Beaver County judge handed down a prison sentence of 16 to 32 years for what he called a brutal, unprovoked beating inside the Aliquippa VFW. Jurors convicted 40-year-old Brett Hours of aggravated assault and other charges in the January 2025 attack on 54-year-old Preston Coleman. Security video showed Hours punching and repeatedly attacking Coleman for about 30 minutes. Judge Kim Tesla went far beyond the sentence sought by prosecutors, saying, quote, other than murder, I've never seen a beating like this. Coleman, who suffered a brain injury, wrote, quote, he almost killed me. A second man received 3 to 6 years. You can read more about this in the Post-Gazette. As you can tell every time you listen to Wake Up, I draw all the content from the credible sources of journalism right in this city. But if I've messed up with anything like how to pronounce something, or you think there's just something more I need to know about a certain story, you can always drop me a line at editor@wakeupthenews.org. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode of Wake Up.